What's good, everybody? This is Generation 71 coming to you with my next episode of the history of the Nazi zombie storyline. This is going to be episode 3, and we're going to be jumping into Numa. Before we say anything else, this is the first one I actually have to say that the story can go into multiple different directions with this map, only because the perspective from World at War and Black Ops 2 are all different. I will try to meld them all together and explain why I believe this is to be. But to be honest, this is where the story becomes very speculated, and I hope you guys agree with me, and if you don't, well, oh well. So, essentially, this is the first instance of where the team's actually seen together, but it's not the first instance of where the team actually meets. After you actually play Call of the Dead, you understand that Tank Dempsey was actually recovered from Verrückt, and Takeo and Nikolai were recovered from other missions, were tested, were injected with 115, and started receiving amnesia loss, and were a lot more susceptible to taking orders. So Richtofen wanted to actually use them as meat puppets to infiltrate Numa, not to save Peter, because again, Richtofen did know that Peter was already dead at this point. It was actually to recover the Wonder Waffle DG2. This is the first map we actually see that Wonder Weapon present, as well as there is a little hidden Easter egg where if you go next to a book where it says, I'll actually be showing it here, Edward Richtofen, it is believed that his plans for the Wonder Waffle DG2 is actually here. So with that, partnered with the first instance of the Wonder Waffle actually being in a map, it is believed that Richtofen was sent to bring this here, because without it, he would not have been able to infiltrate Derice to essentially access one of the teleporters, or actually take back the facility, but which ended up being pushed back into one of the teleporters, and so on and so forth. With this map, there is a lot of creepy Easter eggs, as well as I was saying with that book, him laughing, which is also speculated to believe that with the story in general, at least revolving around Dempsey, Nikolai, Richtofen, and Takeo, that it is an endless loop, and it keeps going around and round, and they will essentially never be released from it. Another couple of interesting Easter eggs. This is the first time we actually see the meteorite that contained 115, and it's actually described to be as a space rock. So the 115 was never actually dormant in, our humble planet, but actually was a retrieve from somewhere else. Now, the only way that this can be reversed, if it was possible from the explosion from Moon, like, it could have been possible that it was mined from Earth, transported to the facility on Moon, because, again, with Moon being the facility for Richtofen, which again we'll get to later, it could have been possible that with a lot of the events that transpired there, possibly there was a shockwave that sent a couple of the meteorites back towards the Earth. Now, that is widely speculated. I think that's the first time I've ever actually heard this theory before, but I figured I'd present it to you. Other than that, there's not really much left to say. I mean, this is the first time you see the bonds, which is honestly between Richtofen and Nikolai, and then Dempsey and Takeo. You see kind of that spread in between them, and you kind of see exactly just what everything is about, with Nikolai being just mainly about vodka, Dempsey being about kicking ass, Takeo being about honor, and Richtofen again knowing everything that's happening and transpiring here, but not really letting anybody else know about it. With this particular map in general, with Numa, it's interesting, and it reminds me a lot about Nuketown, because honestly, there are 4 different areas you can access, and 4 different perk machines, but they will always be random. You can't be guaranteed that opening one section, you will get Jug, you will get Speed Cola, it will always be random. This map honestly can be really easy once you actually obtain the Wonder Waffle and you utilize the Flogger to its fullest extent. That's essentially a one-hit kill, and you're pretty much good. That's why you see people do ridiculous rounds on here. Other than that, guys, I think that's all I really wanted to go over. Oh, last thing, too. This is the first time we actually get an instance of Hellhounds, and Hellhounds will be explained a little bit more in Derice, so I will actually wait until Derice to explain that. And there's the instance of actually saying that it is a space rock and not something that was mined. But alright, guys, I'm going to cut it there for now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. And I know, and a little thing since we do have a little time, I know this series has been kind of put on hold for a while. Honestly, there was a lot of things that were happening. But since I know this is, what kind of got me up here as far as viewership, I will be pushing out a lot more zombie videos, so stay tuned. Trust me, this is only the start of kind of a steady flow of zombie content. But anyways, this has been Generation 71, and we'll catch you guys later.